Hello there, beautiful souls around the world. Happy Saturday, or whenever this message will reach you all. Yesterday we were talking about the importance of meditation, that the only way to find yourself is by looking inwards and not outward. But we got messages from our spirit guides that it is very important, if you have never done any meditation whatsoever, you're not familiar with it, or you can't even find yourself to sit still for a second, that feels very overwhelming. Have you ever considered to talk to someone that you trust? There are different therapies out there, and if you have a lot that you need to go through, use therapy, because there are different variations of therapy that you can use in order to get where you need to be before you start your meditation. Because meditation doesn't give you no lifelines. It's just completely empty. You have no tools or practices. So if you are in the need of having tools, from my own experience of going to a therapist, I felt like I could be there forever. And that was before my awakening to the truth of who I am. But at the same time, in that process, I also learned what works and what, excuse me, I'm just gonna drink a little bit of lemon water. This beautiful morning. Yeah. So it's very important for you to remember, if you need to go to therapy, and we've been there, you will find yourself going there and working out a few layers and having some tools and learning some tools how to handle the mind's chatter, and just different tips. It's good to have different views of how to heal. So when you have established a firm ground and you're expanding yourself, then is a good time to start with a meditation. Let's say it's simple. If you would try to go to therapy and you're working with your therapist, and it comes a time when you're sitting there and you're thinking, what am I doing here? Why am I here? I'm not getting anything from it. That's when you know you're finished. You actually have accumulated everything that you need to understand, and that you're finished. That's the feeling. When you're finished somewhere, there's nothing to gain there anymore. You're just getting bored of going there. You don't understand why you're there. That's when you're finished with that chapter. See? So when you will come to that point that this feels pointless, that's when you should start your meditation. Because you don't need any tools anymore. You just need emptiness. And then you become your own therapist. You find out who you are, your true essence. So we just wanted to say that because our spirit guides was pushing us to say that. If anyone needs to hear that and you're in a vulnerable state, you should be careful with trying meditation. If you're strong and you are a healer and you've done this many lifetimes, it can work for you to just jump on meditation. Because truly no one else outside can tell you what you already know. They can only point to it, or they can give you different understanding, but it's still the same thing. It's like giving you different understanding, but it's still the same thing that you're looking for. So this is what we are talking about when we're saying look inwards. Try to find that. When you find out who you are, everything else falls in place. You see, sometimes we want to get the right job and we want to get the right situation, or we're using manifestation techniques and we're doing all of this to just get there because we're not there. And see, there's the problem. It is always here. And when we start to believe that it is not here, it is over there, we're living in a 3D world. And we're being very close-minded. We're not open. And when you're not open, you cannot receive. So you have to empty yourself out completely in order to fill yourself up again. But if you keep being half full or half empty constantly, there's just an inpour and outpour that's not in the same level of it. It's like, the thunderbird is a mythical creature from the First Nations of North America. And I believe it's the same creature as the phoenix in Egypt. And it's all about death and resurrection. This is what this creature stands for. And it's all about this pouring in and pouring out. We need to know that in order to die and resurrect, we have to completely leave the old self behind. And sometimes we mourn like the death of a loved one, a true physical death, as a spiritual death. You mourn it, but you cannot stay in it for too long. You cannot procrastinate something that needs to happen, because this is where we cause ourselves pain. And we can all relate to this. When you procrastinate that you're going to do something, but I'll do it tomorrow, and it's never going to be a better moment than to start right now. And everything that we do, everything feels overwhelming. It does. But if we take that one step every day, it doesn't matter how tiny that step is. If you take one step every day, I will guarantee you that you will succeed in whatever you want to create or do. You will succeed. And if you create by collaborating with everyone else for the highest, greatest good, you will always be there. You will always be supported. So please, when you find yourself tired or exhausted, try to ask yourself, what gives me rest? To journal? Do I need to write everything down that I'm feeling? Am I thinking too much? Is the thinking mind constantly chattering? Do I need to write it all down? Just write it out of me. Ask yourself, what is my output? How do I rest in the best way? And allow yourself, give yourself the permission to rest. Do you need to meditate? Do you need to be alone? Take a walk in the forest all by yourself. Talk to yourself. whatever it is that you need to do in order for you to rest. Because rest is not just sleeping. You can sleep for 10 to 12 hours. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Rest is when you are completely in the moment. Even if you're doing the dishes, you're completely in the moment, accepting everything as it is. See, here is our biggest problem. We don't accept things as they are, and this makes us tired because we're trying to force the water tides, and we're forcing the river to float a different way. It will never do that. It's like something is already perfect the way it is, but because of your own perception of how you see it, this is not okay. And by you saying that it is not okay, you're creating a lot of tension, and so much energy is just leaving you, and you're just scattering yourself all over the place. And you have scattered energy, and you feel tired and depleted, and it doesn't matter how much you sleep then. So giving yourself time is, what do you need? Do you need to take a bath? Do you need to truly, and when we feel like we've rested, we're like, I'm going to feel a burst of energy. That's not true either. When you rest, you can actually start to feel more tired. That is your body and yourself telling you, this is our state. This is how we're feeling right now. This is how tired we actually are. And it is for you to acknowledge it. Not to say, oh, I took a bath and I was so tired, it was bad. No, you took a bath and your body showed you that when you felt that tiredness, that is how tired you actually are all the time. But you had a chance to relax, to feel and accept yourself, and then yourself could reveal. So sometimes we can go, and feel like we have a lot of energy. I feel so hyped. But truly, you're not hyped at all. You're just forcing and whipping yourself to keep on going, keep on having that energy, and you're exhausted inside. So stop, acknowledge wherever you are and whatever you need. Acknowledge what you need. If you don't know, that's okay. That's okay. Don't get stressed out. Anything that you hear us talk to you about, we speak to you by our experiences first, because that's the most important. This is what we share. And from our essence and the way our expression is. So don't get discarded. Don't get stressed. I can't figure it out. I don't know what makes, try to see. Write a page, see how you feel. And just continue to do these things. Take some time off. Take a 5-minute meditation. Talk to yourself loud. Do you feel uncomfortable doing it in the house? Go out in the forest. Talk to the trees. Talk to them. See them as your audience. Whatever you do, nothing is crazy. What's crazy is giving everyone else the right to tell you what's right. This is your experience. You're here. This is your experience. You are the one who's experiencing this, right? What does it matter what anyone else thinks? What they say, how they see it? What does it matter? It does not matter. What matters is how you see it. If you're happy with yourself and someone comes up to you and says, you're crazy, you tell them, thank you. Thank you. And they maybe reply, but that was not a compliment. You can tell the person, not loud, of course, but you can say it in your mind. You will not decide how I view my reality. I'm not here to cater to your needs. I'm here to make sure that I'm okay. So when I walk out of the door and everyone that I see or meet, I know that I'm not making a worse world. I'm making a better world by taking responsibility for myself and who I am. Because when we suppress and we try to impress other people, this is when we become crazy, like real crazy, because we are being something we're not. And when we are being suppressed is when we go crazy. The soul doesn't feel comfortable. We don't feel comfortable, but yet we're saying, but everyone else is happy with me. Are you happy with yourself? Is it about everyone else? When you came into this world, when you were born, did anyone else come out with you? Or did you come by yourself? When you die and when you leave from here, oh, I'm sorry. When you die and you leave from here, you're going alone. You came alone and you will go alone. That doesn't mean that you're alone when you're here. You have your spirit guides. You have your support. You have so many that loves you energetically. I love you. I support you. If you're yourself, however you view yourself, woman, man, both a woman and a man, none of them, it doesn't matter. If you're a person and you are yourself and you're not harming anyone, I accept you. If you're not harming yourself or anyone, and you know that there is a higher power, a creation, then I accept you as my brother and sister. It doesn't matter what anyone else says. You need to be yourself. You need to rest and take care of yourself to take care of everyone else. I have 2 children. If I didn't take care of myself, I could never take care of them and their health. How can an unhealthy person take care of something at all? Even an animal, if you have an animal, if you don't feel good, your animal will even feel that. So it's not a selfish act to care for yourself. It is an essential act for you to care for yourself so that everyone else around can feel good. And if they don't understand, they don't have to. They don't have to. If they apologize, accept their apology. If someone leaves your life, good, they're meant to leave your life. Trust and know that there is a greater power taking care of you. We all have our difficulties. I want you to know that. Have your experience. Accept all that is. Heal yourself. Don't doubt. Don't doubt yourself. Even when you don't know, sit and be confident that you will know. Even when you don't know. There's a lot of energy happening right now. There's no need to feel freaked out or think it's something strange. This is all energy. We are living in energy. I really hope this can help you. Know that you are loved and you are supported. And die completely to your old self and get reborn. Rise up. Expand yourself. Shift. Everything is okay. Even when it seems like that's far away from the truth that you're experiencing. You are being taken care of. I always try to make these videos short, but as they come to the end, it's always very long videos. And I can talk to you forever because I love you all so much. If you're not interested in having this card, just to let loose a little bit, what do you need to know about this energy today? You can skip this, and I hope you have a wonderful day and take care. We do nothing that comes out of darkness. We respect and accept the darkness, but we work straight from the light because darkness is just a place of ignorance. It's a place of not seeing it clearly. As soon as one steps in the light, you can see everything clearly. So we only work with beings that are standing for the highest, greatest good of all. If tarot cards freak you out or something like that. See, we got this card 2 times in a row. It's the Hangman and it is in reverse. So it's talking to us again that, right, like that. What we need to do is to see from a different perspective. We have to see the situation from a different perspective. So whatever it is that you're going through right now, and you're maybe feeling there's nothing to see, there's just, this is horrible, this is not supposed to be like this. Why am I here? Why am I still not being there when I've done everything? Why am I still here? And you have this frustration, and stop for a second and see it from a different perspective. You're never where you're not supposed to be. You're always exactly where you're supposed to be. But you're not seeing something that you're supposed to see there. And when we don't do that, we can't move. We can't move past it. So try to just take a deep breath. Look at your situation or whatever it is that you're going through and ask yourself, how can I see this differently? How can I look at this from a different view? Try to stay positive. You know, it's so easy for people to be pessimistic. I mean, it's a dense planet, so it's understandable. But try to stay positive and see the positive, because there is positive in everything. Nothing is happening to you, it's happening for you. So obviously it's positive. It's that we stand in the shadow side of ourselves, so we can't see it clearly. So step outside. Thank you for being here. This was a quite long video. I hope you've watched this till the end. If you have, thank you. Thank you for sharing this energy. Thank you for expanding together and helping each other to grow and give each other advice and reminders to keep going, keep growing, and waking up to our beautiful self. Thank you for being you. Have a wonderful day. Sending love your way. Bye, everyone.